All right, once again, hello everyone. Thank you so much for being here in Lille and for being online. We have already more than 20 participants who joined, and we expect many more. We had really very many people who registered, some of them on other continents. So there will be a difference in time when people will be able to join us. The workshop is also, as you noticed, in hybrid mode. Some speakers are present here, others are with us, but distantly over the Zoom through the technology. And so I'm really very happy and grateful to welcome you all in Lille at our wonderful laboratory and our center of research called ALMA, Histoire, Archéologie et Littérature des Mondes Anciens. So working on all different aspects of antiquity, from prehistory to late antiquity, which hopefully we brilliantly represent here today in this room. I will start with presenting the program and the project that is at the core of the idea and of the organization of this workshop, which was a little bit of an improvisation. I'm sorry for dear participants for the relatively short notice, because because we were working with my dear colleagues and friends whom you see in the room, whom you will see today as speakers, whom you see on the screen. This is the team with whom I'm very happy to work, EX-PATRIA, my 3 colleagues, 2 postdoctoral scholars and 1 PhD researcher, Anna Usachova, who is a postdoctoral scholar working on, well, you will see on what we work, because the workshop is also a sort of a conclusion of a part of our work within the program. Anna, specialist in theology, in philology, in history of late antique, so many things, intellectual thoughts, education. I'm thinking of the things that will be more relevant for us today: Greek, Latin historiography. Daniel Alford, they're conveniently sitting all the 3 of them together abreast. Daniel Alford, who will be our first speaker. So I will reintroduce him to you in just several minutes. Postdoctoral researcher of the EX-PATRIA team, working on all things and especially family, Armenian, specialist in classical Armenian and in late antique Armenia, and Middle Persian. So very lucky to have him. And Michael David Ettington, a PhD researcher who started recently his work in our team, working on captives and experiences of the captives and captivity through Syriac sources. And he is our specialist in all the things Syriac. So you see the team that you have the topic of our program, prosopography of conflicts, contacts, and circulation between Rome and Iran in late antiquity. It really is a long title, but at least it says it all. And of course, we needed this wide expertise of scholars and of specialists to be able to work on these things. Our focus is movement and mobility, different kinds of it, connected to conflicts and contacts, and prosopography. That's also one of our strong points, one of our research interests, and that's the methodology that we use. But the workshop really came around, I think it was around Christmas vacations, when I had some time to look at something, a part of student copies. I realized that for many months already, all the members of the program, and less so actually, I'm the 6th century person, but a little bit as well, we were all working on the 5th century, and specifically mostly on different aspects of what was happening around the early 20s, before, leading to that, or the consequences of that. Really, and this is also very nice because there were a lot of interactions in the topics of the members of the program. So I said, well, why don't we do a workshop on this topic? Because maybe we have something to tell and to share. And this is what I would really like to emphasize now. It is the workshop is not, or journée d'études, it's not just one of these synonym words for a scientific conference happening over a day. For me, I think in the workshop, there is this idea of collaborating and of sharing and of discussing. And that's what we were really aiming for. So please consider, even if I think it's very cozy and we are not so many here, and it's the seminar setup in Lille here, but also everyone who was so kind to join us online. Please do participate in it, in discussions, in the final discussion. The schedule and the way we plan to do this will be that speakers will have 30 minutes, and then 15 minutes after, ideally, each talk will be discussion on the matters of this talk, and then we'll also have the final discussion at the end. So yes, and we will not just present to you some results and ideas of the work, but also questions, or at least me for one, I would like to discuss some of the aspects. And speaking of discussions and of questions, and ideally experts who would be able and will be able to answer them, we are really very happy and very lucky to have with us today Jeffrey Grettrex. Do you please say hello, and the camera will see you.
Oui, bonjour, hello to all the people online.
Wonderful, thank you so much. So really, as I said, my job in this respect is very pleasant, but also very easy, because in a workshop on the 5th century Roman Persia, if there is a person who doesn't need any introduction, we have several of them actually today, but Jeffrey is definitely one of these people. His books and publications and articles is something we use all the time. The source collection is extremely handy and convenient, and I think all of us and students, and we use it really on everyday basis, as well as other publications. So really, thank you so much for being here and for being eager to share your knowledge with us. Well, yes, some nice picture of the team, our small but lovely office that I invite those who are here in Lille to then visit with us, with members of the team and visiting scholars. We also collaborate with computer scientists because we work on prosopography, as I mentioned. One of them will join us even in person today, later in the afternoon, Pierre Bourgis, a researcher at the CNRS. And with the computer scientists from different institutions in Lille and in Paris, we try to collaborate and to find the way of doing prosopography that would be also an historical research that would be formally correct from the point of view of computer science, dealing specifically with the problems of trust and uncertainty, as I'm sure every historian will start nodding now at this point, with some pain in in his mind. We can never deal with certainties. We have fuzziness, ambiguity, incompleteness, imprecision, randomness, inconsistency, conflicts. And so we try to find ways how to deal with it through formalization of the source criticism process and historical analysis. I will not really delve into that now, it's not the time, but it's just to mention to you that this is also something that we do, and we will be very happy to talk also about that eventually if there is interest here offline and online. And so now we still have 4 minutes, that's wonderful. I will, yes, no, I have more announcements. Here you see the program. It's also on the site. So there are a couple of changes, not so many. Mea culpa, we omitted one of Giusta Traina's affiliations, not only the Sorbonne University, but Università del Salento in Italy. So in the printed programs, it's still the previous version. And the topic of my presentation changed, but I will talk about it when I will be presenting. Since we have 2 minutes, I want to make an announcement, another announcement to other things that will be happening in Lille. In this, maybe you turn the lights off, I think it's not very visible. This particular event happening really very soon with my dear colleague Hodadat Rezekani, colleague and friend who maybe has already joined us online. We are starting a series of talks, also sometimes in hybrid mode, sometimes in purely online mode, under the auspices of the Ērān Tūrān Hrōm research group on global late antiquity. This summer, we had our research forum, first research forum of Ērān Tūrān Hrōm network. So we used the banner and the poster. Bienvenue. And we will now start the series of talks. And the first one will be Pavel Lurier, specialist in the Sogdian culture, researcher at the State Hermitage Museum, and now also a fellow at the Paris Institute of Advanced Studies. He will be in Lille presenting on the 3rd of April. So this week, this is a very intense week for us. And the talk will also be on the Zoom, so it's a hybrid mode, and it will be recorded. And then we plan to do this with all the talks in our Ērān Tūrān Hrōm talk series. They will be recorded and then made available online. So that's a different topic, a bit compared to our workshop, but I just wanted to use these 2 minutes to pre-announce it, and you will receive all the other usual notifications, will circulate information. All right, so now we are approaching. I don't want to start early, you see, because of some people who will be joining online, but I think we can.